Hello everybody, this is Araceli Merla from Merla's Crafty Corner, and I'm here today to share with you 12 layouts that I made for the Playful Palette 6x6 DSP. With these 12 layouts and the 12 double-sided sheets that come within the pad, you are able to create 30 cards without any leftover pieces whatsoever. And with this pad, since it has 4 of each of these double-sided sheets, then you're able to actually make 120 cards out of the whole entire pad. So those of you that did buy the Playful Palette 6x6 DSP pad before Stampin' Up! Decided to discontinue it, you might want to check out the complete video and make your own cards. Let me show you the cards very quickly so that you can then decide if you want to sit through the video or not. Okay, here is the first one. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9, 10, and 11. Number 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Here is the DSP that is used. This is the first sheet. The second. Number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay guys, let's get started. So for layout number 1, it is right here. If you want to pause the video and get all the measurements down, you are more than welcome to. It is with this sheet of paper right here that we used. Okay, basically you come over to 3.5 and cut straight down, and then you can turn your paper over and go to 4.25 and cut, and 4.25 and cut, and then that leaves you with these 2 pieces. Card number 1 uses this large piece right here, 3.5 by 4.25, and it is right here on the top part with Make a Wish. Card number 2 uses 2 of these pieces, the 2.5 by 4.25 and the 2.5 by 1.75. Here's the smaller piece right here, and then the larger piece down here with 2 cutouts from the cat punch. And then this last piece right here, you just set it aside until you get to card number 6. Okay, for our second layout, you are using this particular sheet of paper. And basically, here's your layout number 2. What you're doing is that you are cutting everything in 2-inch squares. So measure to 2 inches, cut all the way down, another 2 inches down, turn your strips to the other side, 2 inches and 2 inches. One of the squares you will then take and cut it on the diagonal. Okay, so you use 2 of them for card number 3, which is right here. Okay, and basically you just put one 2-inch square here, one 2-inch square there, and you may do whatever you want in the middle. You can even put your greeting there or your sentiment. I chose to put part of it here and here and decorate it with pearls. Okay, and then card number 4 also used 2 pieces, and basically it's the same thing. I added some washi tape on there. I prefer it without, but I was done. What's done is done. So 2 squares right here. And then card number 5 used 4 squares with one of them cut on the diagonal. And so here's 3, 2 down, and then another one on dimensionals. And then the one that I cut it on, at the diagonal, and put one on one corner and one on the other corner, with the sentiment in the middle. Okay, then you wind up with one 2-inch square left, and you just put that aside until you get to card number 12. All right, for card number 6, you are choosing this 3rd sheet of DSP, and notice that the lines go up and down, the vertical lines, and so you want to be careful on how you cut this. Here is the layout. And as you can see, it is 5 inches in length, and each one of these is 1 inch. And then there's 1 inch down here. So basically what I did was I took my paper and I turned it this way and cut the 1 inch completely this way. And then I went through and did my 1 inch strips. Okay? 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. Okay? And I did all of them, so you wind up with 6 strips. You take 3 of those strips to do card number 6, and so it's right here, 1, 2, and 3. And then this DSP came back from layout number 1. Remember, you had that 1 piece left, so you take this piece from layout number 1, and that's what is used right here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the next sheet that we use is this one right here. Okay, and layout number 4 is here. So basically you're going to take your sheet, and the first thing that I did was I turned my sheet and I cut 1/2 inch off the bottom completely. Okay, and then that 1/2 inch that I had cut, I cut it 3.5, and so that left me with another piece here at 2.5 by 1/2. And then the top part remaining, 5.5 by 6, I then just cut it at 3 inches, so I split that in half. Okay, and that gave me card number 7, which is right here. And so here is this 1 piece, and then card number 8 was pretty much identical, again right there, because they were the 2 main ones. And then card number 9 is where you're using the small piece here and here, which is here and here. I took that 1 sheet, and down at the bottom, as you can see, this small piece, which was this one, I put right there, and this was the back of it. All I did was take this one and flip it to the reverse side, and I used it there. This one came from layout number 3. Do you remember your stripes? And so you had cut that 1 inch off right here. That is what is right here. I did cut off 2 inches, I believe, is what the yeah, I cut off 1 inch. Excuse me. So it was 5 inches in length rather than 6, and that 1 inch square, we're holding that one for card number 12. And you still have 3 strips left of this that are 1 inch in width, and so you're saving those until you get to card number 19. Okay? Okay, our next layout number 5, uses this sheet of paper, and it is very, very easy. All you're doing is taking it and cutting it into 3-inch squares. So you've got your 6 by 6, you cut it at 3 inches and then at 3 inches. And that yields cards 10 and 11. So here is card number 10. You can see it right here. And number 11. and they're pretty much identical. I did the stamping on some vellum, and then I did a little bit of washi tape here, and the two sentiments: sweet wishes and celebrate your day. Okay, so from layout number 5, you have 2 3-inch squares left, and you just hold those for your next cards, number 12 and number 13. And so we move on to our next layout, which is layout number 6. Here's another easy layout. All you're doing is taking your sheet, and it's this one right here. You're taking it and you're cutting everything into 1.5-inch squares. So that's all you measure, 1.5 all the way through. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 coming down. And the very first one is used on card number 12. It is right here. And so here's card number 12. And so from all the various layouts, from all the various layouts and sheets, you've got some squares left over. And all I did was I took the squares and I just kind of moved them around and put them all together with a brad in the middle. Okay? And put a sentiment down at the bottom, and that is it. So you use the first 1.5-inch square, number 12, and it's right there. This is from the stripes, that one square that was left over. This is sheet number 2, and this is the one that you just did. Okay? And then we move on to card number 13. Again, you took that other 3-inch square right there. Okay? And then the other 3, 1, 2, and 3, 13, are right here. Okay? I did one side and then flipped over to that next side and put them together right there with a cross. Card number 14 also uses 4 of these squares, and so they're right here. 2 of them I kept with this orange peekaboo peach color, and then the other 2 I just flipped over and I put them together with a corduroy button in the middle. Our next layout uses this sheet of paper. Okay, that's the other side, the reverse side. And here is layout number 7. Okay, and so 4 inches, cut all the way down, and then flip it, and it's 4 inches, and then 2 inches are left, and 2 inches are left. So basically you're cutting here at 4, and then you can also cut it at 4, and you're left with a 2, and this is a 2-inch square. And so card number 15 is right here, and right here. So here is the large piece. Okay, then I used the 4 squares from the previous one, put right there, and then right behind this daisy is that other square, which is right here. That 2-inch square goes right behind the daisy. Okay, and then the next card, number 16, is right here. The 2 rectangles are right here with the green, and then of course I use the other squares from this other sheet as well for this one. 2 of them are flipped, and then the 2 orange. All right, ladies, our next layout uses this sheet of designer series paper, and the reverse side is that pink. Our layout is number 8. So this is 5 1/4 coming down, 4 inches all the way. So I took it and I cut it 4 inches. Then I turned it and did 5 1/4, and that left me with 3/4 inch here. And then on the 2-inch side, I then cut to 4 inches. This is 5/8, 5/8, and 3/4. Okay, so card number 17 uses a 5 1/4 by 4 piece, and it is right here behind this. Card number 18 uses 2 pieces, and all I did was I took the reverse side on it, and here is one piece right here, and then this other small piece is down here. Okay, then you take these 3 pieces and put them aside for card number 21. Our next layout uses this sheet of designer series paper, this really pretty spotted black and very vanilla, and then this other one with the dots on the other side. Okay, and this is layout number 9. So what I did was I went into 3.5 inches and I cut all the way down. Then I took this 3.5 inch side, turned it around, and putting it in, I did 3.5. I'm sorry, not 3.5. It's 1 3/4, 1 3/4, 1 3/4, and I had 3/4 inch left. Okay, then I took the 2.5 inch side and I brought it through to 4 1/4, and that left me with 1 3/4. Okay, we got card number 19, which is right here, and here is that sheet. Notice that it uses the designer series paper you had left over from the stripes. That was, I believe, number 3. You have them right there next to you. They're 1 inch width, so you use 3 of those, and then the one from here. Your next card, number 20, uses this piece and this piece. And so here's the smaller piece right here. I flipped it over on the reverse side, and here's that long piece. Okay, the next card, number 21, uses this piece, this one, and this one. So here you've got this one, reverse side, and they're actually these 2 pieces right here. I just have them one slightly lower than the other one at an angle. And then here's that other piece, which is right here. We'll put it right in there. And then from the other sheet, I flipped it over, and they're 2 little sheets at 5/8 inch. Okay. Layout number 10 uses this sheet of DSP. There's the reverse side, is that pink side, and then this one. And here is the layout number 10. You have 2 inch squares down here. There's 3 of them right here. And then this is at 1 inch. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them at 1 inch width. Okay, obviously at 4 inches, what you had left over. And then that last piece is left at 2 inches by 4 inches. And we use 2 of those squares, 2 inch squares, for card number 22. They're right here. I just put them at an angle because of the background that I was using. Okay, card number 23 uses 1, 2, 3, 4, and here they are. I just kind of spread them out a little bit. There's some washi tape that I used in the middle, and then here and here. Okay, and then card number 24 uses this large piece and the square. So here's that large piece right here, and the square I turned to use the reverse side, and it's right here, so I could use my happy anniversary little sentiment right up there. Our next layout uses this particular sheet, designer series paper, with those orange, very vanilla squares. And here is the layout. What I did is over here, I took 1/2 inch off at the bottom. That 1/2 inch, then I also cut at 3 inches, 2 1/8, and then 7/8. And then the top remaining is in 2 inch strips, so basically 2 inches by 5.5 inches. Okay, card number 25 is right here, and here's that one piece right here. Card number 26, I took this one sheet and I tore it right through the middle and put one on top and one at the bottom with my sentiment in the middle. And card number 27 right here, I just used the whole piece, left it intact, put it on top with a sentiment down at the bottom of it. Okay, these little pieces here we're saving for our very last card, card number 30. All right, our very last DSP is right here. It is green and then pink with the polka dots. Okay, here is the layout number 12. So the first thing you want to do is take 1/2 inch off from the bottom. That leaves you with 5.5 by 6. And then you are just cutting it into strips. This is 1/2 inch, half an inch, half an inch, half an inch. Then you have 1/4 inch, quarter, 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 4 of those. Then you have 1 inch, 1 inch, and 1 inch. Okay, we take 2 of our 1 inch strips for card number 28 right here. There's 1 here and 1 here. And then I chose to put my stamp in the middle. Card number 29 is going to use your 4 1/2 inch strips and your 1/4 inch strips. Okay, here's what I did. Here are the 1/2 inch strips, pink, one side. Then I took these 1/4 inch strips and I turned them to the flip side. Okay, the 1/2 inch there and the 1/4 inch I used this side, and all I did was space them out and put them on there with my sentiment in the middle. That took 29, a lot of those. And then card number 30, last but not least, had to use everything that was left over. So everything that is left over on your desk is what you're using here, and they are all marked. There's 2 here, okay, number 30 there. There's the 1 sheet right here, that 1 strip. Okay, these 2, and you flip them over, and then you have them on the other side. Layout number 11, you also have them here. You had 3 of them. So this tiny one is here from the one before. This one here, and I just kind of graduated the sizes. That's it. You are done. All right, so that was 12 layouts with 12 DSPs. I will go through all of them again. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the whole idea of this is to use up all of your DSP. All these layouts can be used very easily with any 6x6 paper or 12x12 paper. You can take any one of these and repeat them as often as you want. Use whatever it is that you have on hand, whatever stamps and sentiments you have. I'm going to go through and show each one more time, and that way if you need to copy one of them or get the measurements precisely, you can pause the video. Here is layout number 1. I got 3 cards out of it. Here's layout number 2. Basically 2-inch squares. Layout number 3. Number 4. Number 5, 3-inch squares. Number 6, 1.5-inch squares. Number 7, 4-inch square, 2-inch square. Number 8, 5 1/4 by 4, 3/4 by 4, 5/8, 5/8, 3/4 by 2, 4 by 2. Here's number 9, layout number 9. Number 10. Number 11. Remember this one, I just kind of tore it. And number 12. Thank you for stopping by. I will have measurements and the cards individually on my blog at merlascraftycorner.stampinup.net. Thank you for stopping by. Bye-bye.